Okay, hi. So I just finished filming a video and I gotta take this makeup off and stuff. So I feel like I'm gonna film my nighttime routine, which is gonna be a super long video. So that's why I'm starting when it's still the daytime and the sun's still out. I hated how my morning routine video looked in the bathroom with like the bad lighting and the audio actually was like the worst part. So I don't really want to do that again. And in my morning routine, I said it'd be weird to bring all my stuff in here, but I'm just gonna have to do that. And that's my sacrifice that I have to make, and I'm gonna have to deal with that. I'm gonna grab my stuff, and this is gonna be my nighttime routine, and it's gonna be super long, and I know that, but my nighttime routine is my me time. Nobody bothers me when I'm in the bathroom doing this stuff, so I take a while, I let all my products soak in. It's like my version of self-care. Okay, so first I'm gonna take off my makeup using Origin's Modern Friction Cleansing Oil with Radiance Boosting White and Purple Rice. It's an oil cleanser, oil-based cleanser. That's what I use to remove my makeup. I used to use the Neutrogena makeup wipes that everybody uses, but the earth is dying, you guys. That's like one reason. Two is that this doesn't strip my skin. I don't like the rubbing of the cloth. It can like irritate my skin. I have sensitive skin. I don't like rubbing that much, and everybody's like, it exfoliates. Use a chemical exfoliant like a grown-up, okay? So I'm gonna go remove my makeup, and I'm gonna come back looking like a full ghoul. So I double cleanse when I have makeup on. So oil cleanser to remove the makeup. So I rub that on, and you don't wet your face or anything. I just boop, pour it, you rub it on, the makeup starts breaking down, and then you wet your fingers a little bit and you rub it together, and it like, when you mix the water with the oil, it like starts kind of foaming up a little bit. It's not a foam cleanser or anything. And then I rinse that off, and then I go in with my Lush Cold Face. So I'm gonna do the double cleanse now. Like I said, I'm gonna come back looking like a full ghost. I'm back, makeupless. Okay, something I also did while I was in there, I used the Jeffree Star Velour Lip Scrub in shade flavor French Toast. It literally tastes like syrup and cinnamon. It's so good. But I use that to get the rest of the lipstick off. If it's a really intense color, it's gonna stain a little bit, obviously, but this scrubs off like the top layer of skin that got a little dry from it, from the lipstick, and then so it takes off like all of the remaining pigment. Okay, so usually I shower before I do my skincare stuff, so I shower, do skincare, and then I do the other stuff that I'll talk about. So this is same as the morning routine. I get up, I look at my skin, I see what I don't like, what the problem is, all that jazz, and that decides which of the 3 skincare routes I go. So 1 is for my acne and texture. I'm just gonna clump that in with that acne. 2 is for dryness, and 3 is for anti-aging. Some people might think that the acne and the dryness are mutually exclusive, different, but they kind of play into each other. And if I just kept my skin dry and crusty all the time, my skin would produce more oil and I'd have more acne. I get out of the shower, I take whatever meds I need, I brush my teeth, and then I go in. So right now, I'm not too happy about this texture that I'm feeling, so I'm gonna go like more of the acne route, but I'll show the other ones too. So the first thing I would do is exfoliate. I exfoliate almost every day. I would say maybe like 4 times a week or 5 times a week. I use La Roche-Posay Effaclar Clarifying Solution. This stuff, I got it from Ulta. It's kind of on the pricier side. It's supposed to be like dermatologist grade. But yeah, this is my chemical exfoliant. It has 0.5% salicylic acid, 2% glycolic acid. Those are acids that are chemical exfoliants. I sound stupid talking about this, but it makes sense in my head, and it is true. So I take this, I put it on a little cotton pad. I don't like using these because they're disposable, but I have eczema on my hands, which I'll talk about later too, but so I can't put this on my hands. It really irritates it. So I would use my fingers. I don't care about that, but if there is a better solution than like a cloth that's something more reusable, I would like to know. But for now, this is what I have. And I just smooth this over my entire face, avoiding my eyes. Okay, and I stopped using this for a while, and then I went back and started using it 4 or 5 times a week again, and I noticed such a huge difference in my skin. It really like evens out my tone. It just makes everything look more smoother, and since I struggle with texture, I should be exfoliating like that frequently. Okay, so I let that set in. This whole time, I'm probably listening to a podcast, probably Last Pod on the Left, or My Favorite Murder, or Stuff You Should Know. Okay, I might also use my Fresh toner. That is for hydrating, but I consider this like my toner step. Okay, after that, I do my treatments. So for me, I got this from a dermatologist. It's Retin A. This one is called Tretinoin, but it's Retin A. And I put this all over. I have these bumps right here. I feel one over here. I have a lot of little bumps on my forehead, and I have some acne scarring around here. My dermatologist prescribes this to me for all of that, all of those issues. So I'm gonna do that. If I have any active pimples, I will go in with my Epiduo Forte, also prescribed by my dermatologist. Again, like that's for more active pimples. My cystic pimples, that's more intense stuff. This is for the texture. During the anti-aging route for my treatment phase, I will go in with Elizabeth Arden. This stuff is really cool. Elizabeth Arden Advanced Ceramide Capsules. Boosh, that's so, oh my gosh, this packaging. I got this for Christmas. But I got a sample on Amazon for $4, and that's why I bought like the whole thing. They come in these little thingies, capsules, and I'm not gonna do it because I put my acne stuff on, but you like pinch this, and then you twist to the bottom part, and the serum is in here. It's anti-aging. It's a little bit greasy in texture, so I only do it at night. But I like it. I do notice a difference. I bring it all the way down to my neck. Okay, after that step is some moisturizer. I use the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream Intense Hydration Skin Protectant with Fab Antioxidant Booster. And I use the one that smells like vanilla citron. There's also another one that's unscented, but my sister stole that one and she used it all. This whole big jug I've had forever, since high school for sure. So that's like maybe 4 years, maybe 5. And I still haven't bought another one. This is literally my only one that I've had. And I spilled like half of it out in my bag on the way to Vegas. The lid wasn't on tight enough, so it spilled all over all my makeup and all my brushes. But so much of it came out, and I still have so much left. It's like this full. I did not drag that product down to my neck because I go in on my neck and like whatever this area is, I guess my neck, with fresh black tea firming corset cream for face and neck. The stuff smells so good. Oh my god, I just got on my lip. The stuff smells so good. I just take a little dab, and you're supposed to go in upward motions, but it's too hard. And I get all the way up here to this little place where your gullet forms. And like I said, I bring it all the way down to whatever this area is. Okay, that's done. I always put on eye cream. Always, every night I do it, unless I'm like really drunk. I use fresh black tea, age delay eye concentrate. It's the same thing as like this. And this is like a little thing, and I've had it for a while, and it like is actually super full, and I feel like it'll last a while. I also have small under eye areas, but I take this, I dab it under my eye, making sure to get the crow's feet over here, and also have like, I call them reverse bags, but I don't know what like the actual term for them is. It's like right here where my bone differs from my eye socket, and it looks like I have a bag, but it's actually going inward, not puffy outward. So I'm trying to fix those. If I have a nice hydrated plump under eye, it goes away. So that's like the goal. Also, all of this time, I'm listening to podcasts, I'm drinking water. Very important to stay hydrated for your skin. Okay, and the last thing, I only do this about once a week now. I used to do it every day. This stuff is called Lavish Lash Eyelash and Brow Serum. I got this from Amazon for $30. and I only bought it after I read like every review on it. There are some, I've tried, what is that one brand? I don't remember. There's one brand that tries to sell eyelash serum for like 120 bucks a pop for like this size bottle. No. This stuff's $30 and it works better. The other stuff, I didn't see any difference. I used it for like 2 months. I didn't see a difference. This one, you use it for a month straight. I swear, like my eyelashes, people ask me, I've had people ask me if I have extensions or like, are you wearing mascara right now, right? I'm not. I used it for like a month straight to get it to the length that I wanted, and now I use it like once a week to maintain. I will say, use at your own risk, right? I only bought this and used it on my eyeballs because I felt comfortable after reading all the reviews and stuff. You put it on like eyeliner right on your lash line. I'm not going to use it now because it's not my once a week. I will say it makes this part of your eye red, like a little bit. And if you're not wearing any makeup, if you don't usually wear concealer during the day, on the next day, it will look a little red. You'll look a little like tired, I think. So I tried to get my sister to use it. She didn't like that, like the redness the next day, but usually I use it on like a weekday. So I'm going to work the next day, so I'm putting on concealer anyway. So I'll just dab a little concealer right there and it hides it, and it's fine, and it's worth it to me for my eyelashes. So I think that's all the skincare stuff. So if I shaved in the shower, I'll use my Lush Dream Cream lotion. That stuff smells bad, like earthy, I guess is the way to say it. It's not horrible, but I use it because the active ingredient is like, not active ingredient, the main ingredient is oatmeal. That's good for your skin. It doesn't irritate my hands when I use that lotion because of my eczema. The reason I like this moisturizer so much is because the active ingredient in this is colloidal oatmeal, which is the same in a lot of eczema lotions. So then I come in my room, I turn on my little salt lamp, my Himalayan salt lamp. I chill on my bed, listen to podcasts for my hair to dry. I usually let it air dry as much as possible because I feel like, well, I'm already damaging it by like bleaching the shit out of it. But I try to damage it less by not putting heat on it every night. But usually I have to because my hair is like bone straight. And if I leave it to just air dry on its own while I sleep, it's gonna be a disaster. I put on my Moroccan Magic, is that what it's called? Chapstick that I talked about in my morning routine video. I put on my jammies. I like these silk ones. I don't know, my mom got them off the internet somewhere, so I don't know where they're from. That's not helpful. Yeah, and then I go to bed. Then I go sleep peacefully. I set my alarms. I set like 4 or 5 alarms because I'm terrible about waking up. Oh, my eczema stuff. Let me take a moment to talk about eczema. So when I was little, I had eczema on my legs, and that's kind of common for children. And there's no cure. You just eventually like grow out of it. So I did, and I didn't have eczema for a long time. I had no problems. And then my senior year of college, I started getting it on my hands. So I didn't see a dermatologist for a long time because I knew it was eczema. I've had eczema. But then like my senior year, it got really infected and like nasty and very itchy and hard to live with. And I went to go see an emergency room doctor before I went and saw my dermatologist. And the emergency room doctor thought I had dermatitis, which is like an infection on your hand, when really my eczema just got like out of control. So I went to go see him. So I use a special soap now. It's the Shea Moisture. It's the same brand as this, Shea Moisture. It's like a bar soap though. I don't know what it's called. I'll link it in the description if I can find it on the internet. But I use that because it's like better for your hands. That's why a lot of this stuff, I use it and then I'll wash it off my hand. Like in my morning routine, the C Firma Day Serum, I use my hands to apply that and I rinse it right off after. But I can't rinse my hands too much because that irritates them too. So I went to my dermatologist. I got beta-methazone dipropionate. And this stuff is good for flare-ups when it's real itchy, when it gets like bumpy. And then I also use Shea Moisture African black soap, eczema and psoriasis therapy lotion, medicated moisturizer. Okay, so if you don't have eczema, you can skip this part. I'm sorry. But really though, I tried every single thing, and I bet everybody can relate to this too. Like if you have a problem, like acne or psoriasis or eczema, anything, and you feel like you've tried everything but nothing works, like this is for maybe somebody who's going through that, because I tried every eczema product on the planet, and all of them I started learning about ingredients, active ingredients. All of them had colloidal oatmeal. So like in theory, I could put this on my eczema because that's an active ingredient and be the same as like all the Aveeno products, all the Eucerin products, all the Lubriderm products that were meant for eczema because it was colloidal oatmeal. So I was like, okay, none of this is working. I need to find something for eczema that's unscented, which is a big one. Perfumes and stuff can really irritate your skin. Where the main ingredient is not colloidal oatmeal. So this stuff, no parabens, no paraffin, no propylene glycol, no mineral oil, no synthetic fragrance, no synthetic color, no sulfates, no animal testing. All that stuff is super important. Active ingredients in this: Fucus vesiculosis, hydrocotyl asiatica, melissa, officinalis, aloe. And those are all like herbs and stuff that people forever have been using for like cracked skin or dry skin or eczema or psoriasis. When I looked at the active ingredients, there's 4 of them. They seem like plant names to me, and it's not oatmeal. I'm tired of using oatmeal. Okay, it doesn't work. So this stuff, I started using it, and it doesn't control flare-ups. This stuff, I think it's a steroid cream. This controls flare-ups for me, but just every night, like you can see, maybe, I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can see that. But it's just like cracked and dry, and this stuff helps a lot. So yeah, I hope that helps everybody. I'm still a couple of hours away from going to bed, but I needed to film this when it was daylight outside so it didn't look bad, like it did in my bathroom the other day. Yeah, so I hope this helps somebody. Maybe somebody with eczema stumbled across this video. It's about how I feel about myself, and this is my own little ritual for how I forget about whatever else is happening, whatever anxiety I have about what else was going on. I don't focus on any of that. I just focus on my skin. I listen to a podcast and I relax before bed. So when I slip into bed, I have no anxieties. I'm not worried about anything. I'll just deal with everything tomorrow. That's also what everything else helps with. So like my salt lamp is supposed to help. I think that's some like voodoo stuff. And it was funny story about the salt lamp is I went to go buy it, and the guy was like, it was like an earth store or whatever, and the guy was like, yeah, you can buy a small one and they're cheaper, but they don't work. Like, only the big ones work. And that's when I was like, okay, I get it. So the salt lamp is supposed to help with that stuff, and I have an oil diffuser. Let me show you some of my favorite oils. So I have like a neat little case here. My favorite ones are this one called Uplift Sweet Orange. I think the brand is Chesapeake Bay. I think this is for Urban though. Happiness by the same brand, Chesapeake Bay. And then I also like just straight up lavender from doTERRA. And if you're having issues breathing, there's one called Breathe. This one really opens up your sinuses. And I get headaches a lot, so I also like the peppermint one. Peppermint helps with headaches. But there's a lot of reading material on that. You can decide for yourself if oils work or whatever. Like I said, it's focused around how I feel, getting rid of my anxieties, getting rid of the worries of the day, and getting ready to have a good night's sleep. Having a nighttime routine that's about self-love, that's girl culture.